for the following area in California, Shasta Lake area, or northern Shasta County.
How's it going, guys? This is Norfolk Southern Storm along with
Boo.
Boo!
You all know who I am.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
I do.
I am Thunder Buddy 01. Me what?
Oh, you
Just kidding.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm kidding. I'm NorCal Dude 599,
AKA the OG.
aka Katie's babe.
Yeet.
I am Radioactive Girl 00.
Hola.
More like Radioactive Girl Absolute Zero.
Yeah.
Radioactive Tulare 00. I mean, what?
What? No.
Yes, yes, yes. And Playwage 143 is supposed to be here, but apparently he decided to oof himself. So I'm Thunderbuddy 01.
And she's
And
muted.
he's speaking on behalf of Clay Ranger 143.
And she's muted, but we also have Miss VR. And on today's episode of my coaster reviews, we're going to be reviewing yet another roller coaster from Kings Island, and this is probably the most popular one they have there. And that one is Banshee. Banshee made its debut on April 18th, 2014, so it's a fairly new coaster. Y'all still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Hey, Day 1 Outlook is released.
Yeah, it's still marginal. Food. I want a slight risk. Anyway, continuing on with Banshee, yeah, like I said, it made its debut on April 18, 2014. It is a B&M inverted coaster. And, with that said, wow, I cannot talk. Yeah.
Oops.
Oops. Anyway, moving on to the first feature, and that will be the length, height, and drop.
Back in middle school.
Length times width times height.
Uh-huh.
Or in this case, length times height times drop, I don't know. Anyway, the length of this coaster is 4,124 feet, which is probably the longest inverted roller coaster in the world. One of them. It is 167 feet tall with a drop of 150 feet. So fairly tall coaster. Yeet! Moving on to the next feature, and that is the speed, duration, and inversion. Fairly fast roller coaster. It goes at 68 miles per hour, so probably one of the faster inverted coasters, with a duration of 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And altogether, Banshee has 7 inversions. That's quite a lot. Yes, 7. That means you go upside down 7 times. Hi. Not about to spin my camera 7 times, but okay. Pueblo extends time.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, but no. I'll just make. I don't want to make anybody dizzy. But yeah, this thing has 7 inversions, and which leads me to the next feature, and that is the element. The elements on this thing, well, here you have your usual chain lift hill, you have your dive loop, and then a loop, and then a 0G roll, and then a pretzel knot, and then another loop, and then an inline twist. And tell you what though, some of these inversions are pretty sweet, especially the pretzel knot, and inline twist. And I'm echoing again. I don't know. I does not know. What?
Can you say something?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next feature, and that is the theme. There's not a whole lot to the theming, and I completely skipped airtime. My bad, I'll get that next. I went ahead of myself again.
Oof.
It was supposed to be airtime next, not theme. Anyway, fooey, I'll just continue on. There's not too much theming going on to it. Mostly just a bunch of mists, and you'll hear some scream sounds every once in a while. Hence the name Banshee. And who left? Oh,
Valerie.
Rip Valerie. Hence the name Banshee. It's a pretty purple roller coaster. It's pretty and purple. Anyway, moving on to airtime. Because I'm distracted and I completely forgot about it, and
Oof.
yeah. So well, there's really not much to say about airtime because there wasn't really a whole lot of airtime on this thing. But you know what? Who cares? Who needs airtime when this thing already has enough elements as it is? I mean, you got 7 inversions on this thing. Do you really think you want airtime on top of 7 inversions? I mean, you could, but you don't want to put too much on. You don't want to put too much in one case. But moving on to the next feature, and that is the smoothness. What did my babe do? Babe,
What?
what'd you do?
Oh, nothing.
Babe.
Babe.
You did something.
Yes,
What'd you do?
everything.
Okay. You're in trouble now. Love you. Love you.
Love you too.
Anyway, moving on to the next feature. Yeah. Moving on to the next feature, and that is the smoothness. And let me tell you, this is a very, it is very smooth. Probably the smoothest inverted, Jeez. Probably the smoothest inverted coaster to date. And I've only ridden 3 inverted coasters. And this one is by far the smoothest of the 3. One of these days I'm gonna go down to King's Dominion and ride Afterburn or wherever they have down there. whatever its name. But anyway. But yeah, that's the smoothest. It's, you know, very, very smooth. Next feature is the layout. And I gotta tell ya, I love its location. It literally sits right in the front of the park, and what?
Oh, good God.
What did you? I knew you were up to something, babe. I knew you were up to something. There goes my baby being devious again. You good, babe?
I'm sorry, I had to.
No, you chose to.
Okay. I secretly had to.
No, you chose to.
I was being held against my will, me what?
Oh. Babe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Me neither.
Okay. But going back to Banshee here, the layout. I gotta say, I love the location of it. I mean, it sits right in front of the park. It's literally right there. You can't miss it. The colors really stand out. I love the purple on this thing. Of course, I love purple on it because it's purple. And the mist all around it, you know, it just gives it that decent look. And I for one can officially say that, you know, this ride is just as fun as looking at it, or whatever it is you want to say. But moving on to the fun facts about. And once upon a time, where Banshee is currently sitting, used to be Son of Beast from forever ago. Banshee took the spot on what used to be Son of Beast from a long time ago. Son of Beast, if you're not familiar with it, Son of Beast was around from like 2000 to about 2009. It got torn down, and in its place is now Banshee from 2014. And it is also the world's longest inverted coaster, and if I'm not mistaken, probably one of the only coasters that features a pretzel loop. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it's one of those coasters that features a one of its kind thing. Unless there is another one out there that I don't know about, and just tell me. But yeah. But moving on to what I recommend. And I gotta say, most definitely. I'm echoing again. Or was, okay. What I recommend this ride, most definitely. It is definitely one of the definitely the one I would definitely ride over and over and over again. It is that good. Like, I'm telling you. Which leads me to my final thoughts and rating on this thing. And what do I rate Banshee? I give it a solid 10. Because, hey, it is probably one of my favorite coasters at Kings Island. It is very smooth, has the most inversions of the park. It pretty much has everything you need in an inverted coaster. Like, again, it's definitely one of my favorites out there. My favorite coaster at Kings Island, my favorite inverted coaster. They did a really nice job on Banshee. I'm impressed. Definitely. So if you ever go to Kings Island, definitely give Banshee a try, and I guarantee you that you'll have the same feelings about Banshee. And also, a fun fact: when I rode Banshee for the first time, not only when I got there was a walk on, but I managed to get front row on this thing, which was very awesome. Highly recommend front row. If not, it's okay too. The ride is just as good as it is in any row. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this very devious video on my talk about Banshee. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this, and be sure to subscribe to these devious people over here.
Yes.
We all pulling Isaiah?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, I feel like I'm about to pull Isaiah. But anyway, be sure to subscribe to these people right here as well. I hope you enjoyed this very devious video. This is Norfolk Southern Storm signing out, along with...
You all know who I am.
Yes.
I am Clay Ranger 143. Just kidding. I am NorCal Dude 599, aka the OG.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm Radioactive Girl 00.
Again, Clay Ranger 143 is actually absent, so I'm just gonna say I'm Thunderbuddy 01.
And Michael.
He's pulling Isaiah.
Anyway, and we will catch you guys next time, whatever the heck it is that we're doing. Until then, peace out and have a good night. Sharpie!